and welcome back to Wot'cha Cooking. And of course, today we have Liyan from Singapore Sport Institute right back in action. Always glad to have you 啦，因为我们就可以英文、华语、英语，对不对？
对咯。
And of course today 我要跟你讲，안녕하세요，感谢합니다。
是因为今天是 Korean theme。
Today is Korean theme.
Hi.
So this one is when my distant cousin, the Gangnam Style, comes back in and say hi to all our viewers right over here. And of course, why Korean theme?
Because today I invited a chef to come teach us instead of me cooking.
Oh, so today we are going to go on an episode where we take a trip down Korean dishes, and you're going to challenge me, that means?
Yes. So anyway, it's quite obvious who wins what.
We don't know. I've been improving over the last many episodes, right? So viewers, once again, like, share, comment. If you have any questions, take the chance to comment in. And of course, I will tell you a bit of what's coming up in the near future later on during the show, because something happening right over here.
Surprises?
So I read my homework a little bit. Okay, so coming up next, we have a TCM practitioner, physician coming into the house. What else does she carry with her?
She is very interested in cooking, obviously, but she won a Korean cooking competition in Singapore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you the chance to introduce her on board because you know her better than me, huh? So right now, we're going to take the chance to invite our TCM physician and trainer chef from PA. She is
Adele Lau.
Adele Lau. Wow, very tall. She got shocked. Hi, Adele. 哇，站在你旁边好了。
好像我姐姐。
是，很像。And of course, Adele, thank you for coming on board with us. Let's just bring her to the center now. We still practice some safe distancing, so we're about 1 meter apart. She's already 1 meter apart anyway. So, Adele, tell us a little bit about yourself. As a TCM physician and a trainer chef, what are the scopes that you carry within your job on a day-to-day basis?
In my current day, I actually work in a hospital.
Oh.
Yeah, I do see patients I still see patients in my clinic, and then, but of course in my off time, I do what a lot of folks might be familiar with. It's called food therapy. So 药膳. So because a lot of my patients, it all started with an interest and also a burning need to answer to my patients. Since what can I eat? You know, they always say, so what can I eat? What should I eat now?
She sounds like the 大肠经, you know, when you say 药膳.
Is food therapy, yeah. So they would keep asking me what I wanted, what they should eat and stuff. So that actually sparked the momentum for me to go into this route, yeah. And eventually, about why Korean cooking, actually I have a deep-seated interest in Asian food in general. But it's only until in 2017, that I went to Korea for a meditation retreat.
Wow!
And then in a meditation retreat, we don't you don't interact with anyone. There's no books, no phone, and the only thing that I felt like I interacted with, not only other than my thoughts, was because we meditated for like I think almost 10 hours a day. So other than that was one meal a day, and that was like the thing that I interacted with, and it was vegan. And I've never had the Korean food that tasted so amazing. And then it just started the momentum, and then I entered a competition on my friend's suggestion, and then I happened to win it.
Wow.
And I also contributed to some cookbooks here and there before.
This is what I call enlightenment.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's a nice story, isn't it? But when you see you are what you eat, that was what people always say, right? And many a times we got this perception that everything that is just vegetable or vegan even can't be that great. But you know, with the right hands, with the right method of cooking, with the right formula, it can be something that's exciting every single day. So tell us a little bit about what is the first dish for today.
So today I'm preparing actually the winning dish of my Korean competition.
Wow.
It was it's the soy milk noodles, 就是콩국수 in Korean.
콩국수.
Kong means bean, guksu means noodles. So like so it's actually a summer dish in Korea, and it's actually eaten cold.
I like cold dishes in Korea. You know,
Yeah.
they got a lot of cold noodles and all that kind of stuff, buckwheat
Yeah.
noodles, this, that.
Yeah.
I never heard of soy milk noodle.
I've actually never even tried it before. Yeah, I've never heard, never tried. Yeah.
Come, let's
Yeah,
introduce
never
the
tried.
ingredients for today. Oh, she stand out there like model like that. Pigeon talk for so long already.
No, I feel like I'm seeing a patient. Yeah.
You look like a patient already.
This is
哎，
my
我很
style.
fit 的嘞，我很 fit 的，
都不是很像。
因为他讲说呀，你要打2支针，你眼睛才会放大一点。
So not standing like a model lah. Like typically when I talk to the patient, they're lying down, and I'm like, yeah, can I help
so
you?
it's a-
So
it's a
I'm-
habit- it's
my hands are
habitual.
here because I did a hand hygiene hand rub already.
Oh yes,
So
yes. Oh
usually
yeah,
it's
now that she mentioned that, two of us we need to wash our hands.
I just
first,
wash
ah.
my hand.
Yeah. 哇，
是
你卖哇，
Yeah.
很好哈。
Decision
No wonder
是不一样的。
champion 啊。Okay. So
But,
while she's washing, let her take her time lah.
An
We're gonna-
interesting thing about the cooking show was that we had to make 2 dishes. So one was fixed. You must make kimchi jjigae, which is Korean stew,
correct,
Korean
correct.
soup. And the other dish is up to you. And every team kind of like you can bring a helper. Yeah. So every team, I brought my mom. They made like meat dishes, and I insisted on making a vegan one. And actually, the organizer was like asking me, "Are you sure or not? Are you sure?"
Smart. This
And then
one.
on the day of competition, I went right. And I saw teams like bringing lobsters and crabs.
Wow.
And I feel like I'm gonna lose already. There's no way I can win.
No, it's always
But
the
it's very
simplest method of cooking that wows
Yeah.
people, no? Because the lobster, the crab by itself, the item wow, the
都好吃了
flavor
嘛
never wow ma. Then people will look at this one and
So eventually I feel like because the judges are Korean and the way that I made was very authentically Korean, and it actually calls to their heart lah. Like they taste like home. A bit.
this feels like
So, yeah.
the theme from those movies, you know. And they come on and they go, 喝妈妈的味道.
Yeah. So in
喝到
Korean,
韩国的味道。
in Korean there's something called like hand flavor.
Oh,
Like-
so it's like your blood, your sweat, everything all go in, then the flavor.
It's like
comes
your
out,
mom
right?
making, like sometimes why your mom cook food, it tastes different. Then they always say, oh, it's the flavor of your mom's arms.
True.
Not hand, not arms.
You know, they're always nice when you eat and then
Yeah.
there's memories and then you say that, I cannot find this taste anymore. Just that one time.
And also
Yeah.
the love lah that's made from mom's
Yeah,
cooking.
yeah.
Right? I always say that to my
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
So I see Tao Swan over here, right? This is.
But to add on, scientifically speaking, there are certain bacteria on women's skin that can help ferment. Hence, in kimchi, it has a lot of hydrose or lactose
It's the
bacteria.
first time I'm hearing this.
And also sourdough bread bakers. Yeah, so today's ingredient of soy milk noodles is very simple. Obviously, you need soy milk, which we are going to make ourselves. I soaked soybeans overnight, and then it will become plump up like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and after which we will boil them. Yeah.
Okay. Wow,
Yeah, we'll boil
interesting.
them.
You're gonna make soy.
Yeah.
Milk.
So essentially, the recipe is made out of soybeans and noodles. So I brought soba noodles. Actually, you can bring any noodles. So this is our garnish. Our garnish would be cucumber, tomato, some
Egg.
hard-boiled eggs,
Mm-hmm.
and for the soy milk, I'm going to flavor it with pine nuts
Oh, pine nuts. Yes. These are
and
Liyan's favorite.
sesame seeds.
Okay, so what do we start with? We have already boiled some water over here.
Yeah, so we're gonna cook our noodles later, but I'm gonna show you. So after soaking it, right, we have to boil this. It takes some time,
Okay.
about an hour actually. But if you don't want to do that, you can also, there's a cheating method to this.
Okay.
But,
So are you gonna teach us the cheating method?
The cheating method is actually you go and buy silken tofu and you actually use that to blend.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna do it the
No
traditional.
wonder
way.
you all work together.
Yeah.
All the ingredients that you all use are quite the same one. Silken tofu lah, pine nuts lah. So let's put it in. So only the
Scared
liquids
yours
or everything? Okay.
Yeah, with some liquids and enough to cover.
So is this gonna take an hour?
I already pre-boiled already.
All right.
Yeah.
So
So,
pre-boil?
like if you don't have time, you can also use the silken tofu method. But you probably are wondering whether you can use soy milk. Actually, later you will try. This noodle, right, is made with certain texture in the soy milk, so that it actually clings to the noodle.
Oh, so if you use just the
Milk,
really
it might be too thin. Yeah, so it has a certain
Doesn't absorb.
thickness to it. Yeah.
Okay, so this one we just leave it to boil.
Yeah, and then we're gonna toast our sesame seeds.
Okay.
So typically you don't need anything else other than the beans, but I would like to flavor it with sesame seeds and pine nuts.
Okay.
Yeah,
pine nuts got
actually-
that nice nutty sweet flavor. I really
Yeah.
like it.
So maybe I roast the sesame seed for
Pan.
you,
Yeah, because
then
she's
you
very
can.
familiar with the pan. I switched to the other side. You know why? Because I am always here for moral support and eye support. And now that you're preparing the cucumbers, wanted to check. What's a good way to meditate?
Actually, if you are interested in meditation, there's many schools out there that are offering free classes.
Oh.
Yeah, and this is if you would like someone to guide you. Essentially, it's just focusing on something.
Oh.
Anything. It can be your breath. It can be a candlelight. It can be a mantra that you have for yourself, or it can be your own religious figure that you would like to refer to. Yeah.
Okay, so
And
yes, we
actually
have the sesame seed. You know, when Liyan handles it, it's good because she's familiar. So we don't have to talk too much. She will know what to do with it. But we just slice the cucumbers in a diagonal elongated manner.
Yep.
And then we further shred it into thin slices. So Liyan,
Yeah.
what does Liyan have to do next?
Do
So
I
we'll boil
roast
the
pine nut?
noodles. Oh, you can roast the pine nuts because these were cold.
Yeah, so that it brings out the flavor also,
Yeah.
right?
Like,
And I learned this.
come some reaction to the sesame seed, please.
So if you have a grinder, I highly recommend that you put it in mortar and pestle and grind this.
Then am I supposed to pound it now then?
No, because we don't have a grinder and it's a bit hard to do that with your hands. So you can actually crush it between your fingers. So typically in Korean household, they will put some here, and then they will do it with their hand like this.
Oh, really? Oh, I can smell the pine nuts.
Yeah,
and
the
smell
pine
the
nuts
flavor
also.
of the. Oh wow! And it's true, sesame seeds. Once you really heat it up, or once you know just pan fry it, right? Do you call it pan fry?
Roast.
Roast. Okay. Sorry, I'm still learning my terms. It really brings out that home flavor, you know, that very homely flavor.
So the soybeans are already cooked. I've already pre-boiled them for about an hour at home, and I'm just gonna show you how it looks like.
Okay. Oh, let me
Okay.
give you a spatula. Is this one? No.
No, a spoon will do.
No, I'll give you one small one.
Okay, the pine nuts also roasted.
big.
My spoon is
So you
big.
see
Oh, a
it's
spoon will
nicely
do.
golden
Okay.
as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
So it's golden, it's got a nice fragrance to it.
So I'm gonna boil the noodles.
So you have two
Some that are
rings of it.
broken. Yeah, I just make a bigger portion for everyone today. Typically, this dish is eaten with some side dishes because it's quite
Light.
it's very light.
it's
Yeah, but
very
it's very good and it's very interesting. I'll show you later
So-
how people kind of eat it.
So what do we do now with
Yeah,
the
I will
soybean?
look
Let it
after the
cool down?
noodles for you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think 差不多好了吧？你看 it's quite limp, 软软这样。
Yeah，应该是好了。干
So noodles, right? We were gonna wash them. After we drain, we will wash them because we're gonna eat them cold. So any noodles, after you wash and it, upon cold temperature, it actually becomes more Q.
哦，
more
它有那
chewy.
个口感。
Yeah.
OK，好，那我就关火啦。
Boing, boing. 好，So do we wash it now?
But I guess also washing wash away the excess starch, right? So that it doesn't stick together.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so
So
Liyan,
that's
I will
okay.
let you wash.
来，我让师傅做。
No, 怕你弄到。Because 我烫到手都 OK 的。
Okay, so Liyan, you watch and wash the noodle. Don't worry, she's a professional also.
So
what
yeah, I
is this
just
for?
want to share a bit. This is the boiling liquid from the soba. A lot of people just pour this away.
Yes, we usually
So
do.
actually in Japanese culture, right, when you make soba noodles, they actually drink this.
Oh,
You know when you do the cold dip in the dipping
oh, so they
sauce,
put the sauce.
then when they are done with the noodles, they actually pour it back and then drink it. The reason being there's a lot of leached vitamins out from the noodles and actually helps with digestion.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, we didn't know that.
So in
again-
Chinese called 原料喝原汤. So it helps, yeah.
Okay, the noodles are nicely
Thank you.
cooled.
washed. Huh?
Yeah.
冲凉了。Did they plump up also?
不是每个东西洗过就会 plump up 的嘞。
是。
So you can divide a bit between the bowls.
So we're gonna
Okay.
do 2 to 3 portions.
So we will make the soy milk. So these are kind of cooled already by the time we finish the rest. So we're going to blend them
With the liquid or without the liquid?
with the liquid. But I think there's a little bit too much liquid.
Excess lah.
Yeah, so I'm not going to put this. So for blending, there's a tip, right? Which is you don't start with too much liquid first. Because like I said, it needs to be creamy and able to cling onto the noodles.
Ah.
So,
So you add along the way.
Yeah, add on. You can add things, but you cannot take out things.
Oh yes, it's true. Huh?
So I just put noodles and the sesame.
Sesame seeds. Also half the volume I saw.
Yeah,
Half the portion.
I brought more than enough today.
So excess, huh?
So yeah, so right now it's like this. It probably wouldn't need any more liquid, but we can add more depending on how it goes. So
Okay.
okay, give this a blend.
All right, so let's
Okay,
blend.
put it in.
Really looks like soy milk, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, blend 好了。
So it really looks like soybean milk lah. So can we just
Go on.
blend and drink this? I'm just curious.
You
if I-
can. It's like a protein shake.
Ah.
So it now looks something like this. Now you can actually put a bit more liquid to make it creamy. You can smell this. How it smells. So actually I pre-made some and I put it in the fridge.
Oh, smells.
Eh呦，
Try 一下嘛, dude.
Oh, that's not seasoned.
Never mind, I must taste the original taste. Then I can tell the audience how it tastes like, right? So it's very
Yeah.
creamy. So you don't need seasoning.
Okay, you like it?
But
Great.
very nutty, very milky,
Yeah.
very smooth. There's a lot of layers in it.
Yeah.
That looks like a beverage already.
yeah, like soy
I
milk.
put it in a
Right?
bottle. So what you do, right, after you're done with that,
Mm-hmm.
you put it in a bottle or a jug, you put it in the fridge overnight.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you can take it out anytime. Actually, it can last about 2 days. So this batch, even though it's a small bottle, you actually can make 2 big bowls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you don't need too much. Yeah.
So based on this bowl size, you'll probably be using only 1/3 of it lah.
Yeah, or a bit lesser.
So you mentioned seasoning.
Yes.
What do you add inside?
So in Korea, right, typically this is savory, so it's salty. But in Korea, they actually serve it without the seasoning, and then they give people a choice of putting sugar or salt.
Oh, so they have
Sugar.
the
Oh,
condiments
interesting.
beside.
Yeah, but I think because in Singapore, we are used to drinking soy milk that's sweetened, but not eating sweet soy milk. So I'm just gonna put salt today.
Okay.
So let's
Yeah.
put it in.
The tip to make it tasty is that is if you want to,
Oh, looks really nice.
Wow, looks really creamy.
Huh?
it's very creamy.
It's almost like a pasta sauce.
Yeah.
So yeah, just very easy. This is a bit thicker
Mm-hmm.
than usual. So
Also, if I don't like it so thick, I can put,
put more
lah.
water, yeah. So I have actually seasoned this. So I'm gonna put some salt.
Oh, so you don't add the seasoning into the sauce.
If you want to keep it more than 2 days, I don't suggest that. You actually season it right before. So you can also first pour the soy milk in the bowl and then season it and then put it. So I will put some garnish.
Cucumber.
Cucumber, yeah. You can put a lot. Oops.
Oh, so basically the steps are very straightforward. So I recommend everybody prepare this. Many of you are heading back to work. This is a good dish where you can actually prepare in
The
the
night
refrigerator. I
before.
think even the soba you can just boil it, put it aside, put it in the refrigerator, let it cool. So that when
Yeah.
everything comes out, you don't really have to come back home after a long day and start cooking again. You can just plonk everything together and enjoy. The texture might vary a little bit in terms of a instant prep on the spot and in the refrigerator, but I think it's totally fine.
But I
because-
think the thing is kept in the fridge for a long time anyway.
yeah. Ooh. So she add the additional side.
This is the banchan, the side dishes.
And
Don't
no
need, you
need
can
to
just
go
put
to
my one on
restaurant.
top already. Yeah, you can just drizzle mine with a lot of
Yeah.
seaweed. I like the Korean seaweed.
So one tip, if you want to thin this soup, instead of putting water, you can put ice cubes.
Wow, very nice. Nicely plated. Ayo.
Actually, if
It's a
we
langman chan eh.
can, we can try putting ice cubes on it to see how it looks.
So let's see how it looks like with the eyes around the area to just give it that beautifying effect.
点缀点
And it
缀
actually helps thins it as well.
Yeah, so if you like it colder and let it cool down, then the ice cubes will really look very nice.
So yeah, dig in please.
Oh, that's digging!
Yeah.
What do they say before they eat in Korea?
Mashiso?
Mashiso.
Mashiso is when it's tasty.
Oh,
it's
sorry.
tasty. Mashiso is very nice to eat.
Okay.
Is it-
Wow, it looks really nice. Mmm.
You sure or not?
Yeah, really, really. Wow.
Do you
Can
want more?
taste the nuttiness of all the nuts that
want.
we put in. See, it clings very nicely to the noodles. And I really like it cold.
It's really very nice.
Yeah.
My goodness. Now I know why it wins, man. It looks so simple. But when you put it in your mouth, the texture is the one that really amazes you. So, to all audience out there, with this amazing dish brought forth to you by Adele in the house, me and Liyan is going to enjoy the moment and savor ourselves with this one. And we will be back right after the break. And welcome back to
Wot'cha Cooking.
So we had the very first dish and it was amazing.
So
Thank
yummy.
you.
I felt like I was in Korea.
Yeah, I woke up because when they came in and said, hey, your eyes like not waking up. You know, and look at the energy level that I have now. It's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
Made it with love, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and that's important. And of course, we know that in phase 2, there are a lot of changes. But before we dive into those topics, let's see what's coming up for dish number 2.
So dish number 2 is also really simple to me. It's Korean potato pancakes. So you've heard of kimchi pancakes, you've heard of
Yes.
seafood pancakes. I'm actually making a really traditional rainy days winter snack. It's called potato pancakes.
What I really like is her dishes. You can't really find it in the Korean restaurants. Not common.
One is summer dish, now is winter dish. She's bringing us through the seasons.
Correct, because we have no season. So we only have seasoning.
Yeah.
The potato pancake reminds me of rosti. Rosti imida.
Yeah, actually.
Rosti samida.
Rosti
Okay, so
hamida.
let's look at the ingredients first. What do we have?
Yeah, so actually the ingredients can be as simple as just one potato.
Okay.
But today I'm gonna jazz it a bit. So we have a sauce. So today I'm using potatoes. I highly recommend starchy potatoes, meaning like russet potatoes.
Okay, I don't
Potatoes
know-
when you eat, it feel like it's crumbly,
How do
more
you,
than
how
waxy.
do you recognize it? Like the skin texture?
Oh, you can't really, but from the tag.
Oh, for the tag, for the name
Yeah.
name lah.
Yeah.
So it's
So-
called
Yeah.
rusted.
Russet.
Oh, russet. I thought
yeah.
rusted tomato.
But actually, any potato will work well as well because we are using the natural starch in the potato to cook, so it's actually quite chewy inside. But if your potato the one that you bought is not so starchy, you can always add potato starch into it if you would like it to be so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we got one big red onion there. I'm
Yeah.
using
So
that.
yellow onion. This is for our sauce. So
Yellow onion.
Colorblind leh.
sorry. The
Yeah.
past few episodes we using red. This yellow, yes.
yeah. Actually, any onions will do. I like to use this for this recipe because it's not overpowering the potatoes.
Yeah, because red potatoes red onions tend to be a bit more spicy,
yeah,
right?
more taste.
And I'm also going to make a very simple onion pickle sauce.
Okay.
So usually potato pancakes, it comes with like a lot of garlic and sesame oil and sesame seeds. But I'm gonna do away with that and keep it very simple. So trying a new kind of potato
This one?
sauce. Yeah.
This one is baby radish.
This is spring onion.
Spring
So
onion.
yeah, jazz it up a bit. I mentioned it, right? So I was just gonna use some spring onions and a little bit of red chili to decorate it.
Yeah, and the red
Yeah.
chili you have already removed the seeds, right? Oh no, never. It stay inside.
Yeah.
Just
Did not,
cut away
not
the-
never, did not.
Did not, yes.
I
So
thought-
for the condiments, oil for frying, soy sauce,
Okay.
some salt,
Okay.
pepper, sugar is up to you if you want to add. I'm not going to add it
Okay.
today, but I'm gonna let you try it, how it goes.
Maybe we call our version. I can add extra.
Yeah, you can.
And usually you will use the rice vinegar, but if your household is not common to have, you can also substitute with lemon juice, which one we're going to use today.
Mm.
You mean white rice vinegar or those black vinegar?
Oh, white
White
rice,
rice.
which is, I think most households don't hold this unless you make sushi at home.
Okay, what's the first step for
The
today?
first step is potato, you peel it, and then we're gonna grate it.
Okay.
You can also put it in the food processor. You don't need to grate it. That makes it more fast.
I was going to hand her the board, but actually she's going to do it into the bowl.
No, don't grate into the board because it got liquid. It might spill. Yeah.
Actually, at home when I grate things, I also do it in a bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ben will help me.
Okay, again, this is
Great.
what the man is for, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'll make the onion pickle while we are at it. So first cut the onion. We don't need much for one potato. One potato can make 2 small pancakes. So I think I'll just use a quarter.
Okay.
And whatever is left, you can also add it to the potato
Mash.
But I wanted to let you guys try the original taste today. So
Okay.
so yeah, just very lightly julienne this onion.
Okay.
So typically in a Korean household, they also might, already have onion pickles at home. So put it in a bowl, and then
I'll split it.
split it a bit. Yeah. And then we're gonna add the
Vinegar.
Soy sauce.
sauces,
This is vinegar, no?
Soy
What's this?
sauce.
soy sauce.
Oh, it's soy sauce.
So two spoons. This is a big spoon. Okay, so the salt in the soy sauce is the one that's going to draw out the moisture, and then the onion will have like a soft texture to it, softer texture. and I'm gonna put some acidity to it because it's gonna be fried in oil, so it will be a bit oily. So it's good to have some acidity to it.
Balance things out.
Yeah, balance things out.
So Liyan, you all have worked on some other programs previously.
Yes, that's
So
where I
when
met
you
Adele.
first worked with Adele, what was your when you met her, what really impressed you actually? I'm just curious.
I remember what happened in the shoot.
Yeah, so I met Adele in another cooking show, and there she was always talking about the nature and humans interacting lah, and then the food we eat all goes back to nature. 叫什么哈？天人合一。
Wow, this sounds like Chinese kung fu.
Yeah, so really the balance between nature and human lah. So how you make use of nature to cook your food lor. And I think she really embodies that in all her recipes. So like, you know, just now we did the Korean soy milk noodles.
Yes.
After she took the sauce out of the blender, you know what she did or not? Off screen. She went to add water to the blender and she drank the remnants of it. She said the remnants tasted like soy milk, so there was like zero waste.
Yeah, well,
It's soy milk.
I saw that. I was like, what's she doing? I thought she's gonna wash, then she put water in.
Don't wash,
Finish.
Don't waste. Yeah.
And I think that's what's really good when you use fresh and good ingredients, right? You really don't need to waste them.
Correct.
So there are many methods to actually just deploy them into another dish or consume them as it is lah. And I tasted the dish, really nice. The sauce.
You like it.
Very impressed.
So this is this pickle. I want to add some flavor to it. You can put chili peppers. I'm gonna put black pepper. Yeah,
Is
because
there
I
a
think
difference between white and black pepper?
yeah. So black pepper is better for this dish. White pepper might be too strong actually.
Oh.
So more subtle lah than the flavor itself.
Yeah.
But then if I put red chili pepper, isn't it even more flavorful?
Yeah, you can also. So I wanted to introduce like a sauce that actually some people, like people who doesn't want to eat peppers or don't want to eat sesame seeds, like you can try this at home. So you can actually put a lot of black pepper in this.
A lot of black
Yeah,
pepper.
a lot.
So that because black pepper traditionally is not 不会呛啦，对吗？是不会呛吗？
不会吧？ Yeah.
Black pepper. Because I know what white pepper when it's
So
too
that's
much
it.
会呛啊。
哦，好了，它的 sauce.
Yeah, the sauce is like
这样。
this. You just put it aside. You just mix things together. It's in a recipe. You can thin it out with a bit of water, but I'm gonna see how it goes later before I decide whether I'm gonna put water.
So it's a dip. It's not going to be in the dish itself.
It's a dip, yeah.
Oh. And what's onion really good for actually? Can we take large volumes of onion? Recommended, right? Dietitian, 请说话.
Onion has got a lot of soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. The fact is that when you eat too much onion, because it's fibrous and all that, you will be full also ma.
True.
And it's sometimes quite spicy depending on what type of onions you choose. Like I personally refuse to eat uncooked onions. I just don't like it.
Oh yeah, because it can be overpowering. Hey, so like that's so small. How do you grate?
You can grate through.
I'm scared.
它是看你有没有铁手指。
But if you don't not comfortable, then you can just roughly chop it up and put it inside. Like it's a recipe that it's not like baking that it needs to be very precise. So if it has some bits, it's fine too.
Nah, I don't dare. Yeah. Oh, she's gonna cut it.
Oh, she's mashing it.
Mashing it.
So she just press like that.
And if you look at her 刀法 throughout the whole program, she slices really very comfortable. She's like the chopping board.
人家是 chef 嘞。
But again, you know, as a TCM physician in phase 2 now that we're in it, what are some of the issues that are starting to see more common in the patients that comes to you?
Most of my patients are very happy to be back because I was actually doing acupuncture. So acupuncture wasn't listed as an essential service before. So they were missing a lot of their pain management. So they come back telling me the pain has relapsed. So it's about restarting the whole regime again. So I'm pouring the potato mash into a sieve, over a sieve into a bowl, as you can see. And right now the color is so, because it has oxidized, it won't affect the taste, don't worry about it.
Just the color lah.
Yeah, just the color. So we're gonna leave it like over a sieve for maybe 10 minutes or so. Whatever, you can do other things.
So are we using liquids or are we using the?
We're using both.
Oh.
So we actually, which is why we're collecting it and letting it sit. If you do not like the discoloration, it will only cause a light gray tinge in your pancake in the end. But it really doesn't affect taste. But if you really don't like it, grate some onions with it. Then you will
the
yeah,
prevent.
help to deoxidize or reduce the oxidization.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 minutes have gone by and
Yes.
this is how it looks like.
It has totally oxidized. It won't affect the taste.
But
Yeah.
what's the purpose behind it?
The purpose is we need to drain off the liquid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna drain off the liquid, and then you keep the starch in the bottom.
Oh,
Oh.
there's starch in the
So
bottom?
this is the starch.
Oh, wow. There really is, leh. Can you show the cap?
Natural potato starch.
Oh, so we're not really, when you say you're using it, it's really meant to use the starch that is naturally out.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the whole water we will use.
This is quite a lot of starch for one potato, but if your potato doesn't like have this much starch, you can always, thank you. You can always also add more if you want. The difference is that whether it holds your pancake or not.
So this
Yeah.
potato is obviously from my farm lah. Very starchy, very plump.
So you put the mash back into the starch and then season it with some salt, and we're ready to fry.
Oh, so the main purpose is really so that the natural starch will hold the grated potatoes better. That's the main purpose.
Yeah, yeah. If
And
not, it's kind of like a rossi lah. Yeah.
Okay, let's see how it looks like. I'm
That's all.
curious.
This is traditionally how they make it. Yeah.
All right, so is our pan heated up?
Yeah.
Almost, how many degrees you were saying just now? 400 degrees, is it?
Yeah, about 400 degrees. You can feel it with your hand right now. So
Right now it's 359.
Yeah. 2 more seconds, 361.
yeah, 差不多是这样。
so it's very simple. One potato, you can make 2 small ones, split it into 2.
Ooh, can you hear the seasoning
sound.
sound? This is the favorite sound that I hear every single episode. And it makes me hungry.
Yeah, very nice sizzle.
Yeah. So just kind of shape it with your spoon.
It's like a little patty lah.
And at this point of time, whatever you want to add to the pancake, you can add.
Also, if I want to add seafood, I can. If I want to add meat, I also can. If I want to
Yeah.
add bacon, ham.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna fry this.
Okay. So, so if I want to put in seafood, for example, can I use the same foundation? Or is there any difference?
Usually seafood we use a different kind of batter because we want it to be crispy.
Oh, she's actually designing a floral
Flower eh.
portrait
Very cute.
on the
We got a bit hot.
batter. Wow.
So we're gonna turn it over.
Okay. Also that nice golden brown color.
Yep.
哇，很香。
Get rid of the chili.
我不喜欢你了，因为这句话每次是我讲的，因为我每次都是站在那边，现在我闻不到。有啦，它的味道飘过来了。Yeah.
哇
So it looks like our pancake is ready.
，look
Yeah,
at it. The
Yo.
flowers are smiling at you.
So happy, right?
So it's very important to cook with a like nice feeling. So if you can make flowers, you make flowers, yeah.
So it brings out the joy in your
Yeah.
dish also, right? No, Liyan, I mentioned to you that there are some new interesting things that coming along, right?
Yes.
So what we'll be moving forward in the near future is you can actually look out to some change to the set itself.
Are you gonna renovate this place?
Well, we don't know. I'm gonna give you some surprise in time, and
Wow.
we're gonna move dishes, something like this, on a very fast platform, and we're gonna take the chance to introduce the audience even faster ways to prepare the recipe. Amazing, isn't it? Okay, I'm looking forward to trying out this one. So, when it comes to the soy sauce, any particular type that you recommend?
Oh, I do have a favorite brand. Liyan knows.
Can
It's
shout out lah.
it's
never
a
mind lah.
local Guangxiang Thai. It's a local
Guangxiang Thai.
soy sauce brewery. They actually naturally brew soy sauce in Singapore, so I kind of really like their
Where
taste a
can you
lot.
buy that? Just curious.
Online actually, I bought
Yeah,
it.
only
and,
online.
Really, really good.
Have you tried it?
yes, actually, I bought some. Then my parents tried it lah. My father has got pretty good feedback. So
Oh, I must give it a try. Because soy sauce is got grading one. Last time got drama about it. What different places, then they have like soy sauce 地盘.
there's the premium grade and the normal grade, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Very happy face. This is like a beautiful portrait. Oh,
Have to clean.
she's very particular about the
It's a
tidiness.
chef thing.
Yeah, I realize. We're gonna dive it right in. Later on, after this, we're gonna have someone come online to say hi to you. Now, who may be? I'm gonna keep it a little bit of a secret right now. Let's dive right in and give it a try. And we will be back right after the break. And so our pancake is ready. What's the title or what's the name of the dish again?
Korean potato pancakes.
Korean potato pancakes, and we are looking forward to trying it. So let's dive in. I'm gonna have 2 small pieces. Eat one without. Okay, so I wasn't expecting this texture. It's a little bit more chewy.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
a little bit chewy.
So you get that stretchiness in it, so it's a bit QQ like that.
Like bubble tea like that.
Also, I will always keep thinking that it's going to be like a hash brown, right?
Yeah.
Hash brown. And then very fragrant. The bite itself has that light crisp on the outside. And you feel the total ooze of potato flavor.
Wow, very peppery.
The sauce.
Yeah. Put
But
more
it goes
black
well with the
pepper.
potato.
Oh! I like it. It's like a
You jump.
it's like a steak sauce. It gives you that very refreshing flavor. When you bite into the onions, the light spiciness blends so well with the tomato,
Yep.
the potato flavors.
I think if it's a red chili pepper, it would taste even better.
If you,
Yeah.
you like that, I liked it as it is because I kind of feel that I want that potato flavor
Yeah.
in full force. So the first bite of it really just wowed me because the potato 很香哎.
It's very simple, and I totally recommend you add other veggies to it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now coming up next, we're going to move online, and we have, if you are someone who needs going out to the beach side, going out to the open field and have that little toss with your friends all around, then you'll be excited to meet our next individual that's coming online with us. So to all viewers in the house, this is our Frisbee head coach. All right, and of course, this is none other than Benjamin Ho. Good to see you, bro. What's up?
Hi.
Did I get you right?
Hi.
Frisbee head coach, right?
He's
Yes.
the coach of the
Yes, correct.
under 24 team that won third at our World Champs last year. I say.
By right, I should still qualify the under 24 lah. Also, you
Sure,
won
come to trials.
third position.
They won third position.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, Ben, now that you're
Yeah.
online, let our viewers know. Tell our viewers a little bit more about you. Some of the competitions that the under 24 team that you're leading have been taken a part of, and some of the good memories that you had with the team.
Hi, my name is Benjamin Ho. So I coach the under 24 team for the mixed division. So 2018, Singapore sent our very first contingent to the under 24 Worlds, of which the mixed team that I co-coached with Brian Goh achieved 5th in the world. And 2019, I returned as the head coach along with Victor Tan and Hafiz Maidin. And we led the team to third in the world for under 24. So I think that's the first time that Singapore actually finished at a podium at a podium finish in world level for ultimate frisbee. So it's quite an achievement, and we hope that this will spur this sport on and the young generation to continue playing ultimate and bring this sport to a higher level.
So because this is less familiar or less common ground in terms of the sports arena in Singapore, right? And it's picking up with such big progress. We want to give you a chance to look at some of the amazing photos of the team right over here. Wow! Look at all the amazing shots, you know. And tell us a little bit about frisbee lah. Because Adele, have you played frisbee before?
Once. Sorry.
I played in a very casual positioning, you know, because I usually think about frisbee by the beach. We usually toss it, right? Liyan, do you play frisbee?
Yes, I used to play. Now I don't play so much.
So maybe you can tell our viewers a little bit about, you know, what's the team setup in frisbee? How many players? How do they actually play? And what are the positions? So we have a chance for them to picture it if they have never seen it before.
So ultimate frisbee is played on a full-size soccer field. So you get 7 players against 7 players. Can be played across different gender or mixed gender. So in Singapore, we mainly play the mixed division, which is 4 men, 3 women, or 4 women, 3 men. So with that composition, it brings along the social aspect as well. So ultimate frisbee has a very social kind of community spirit. And another unique thing about ultimate frisbee is that we don't have referees. So we actually govern the whole sport based on this rule called spirit of the game. So it's the #1 rule in the ultimate frisbee rules. So what that means is that if there's any dispute, it will be settled by the 2 players on the field, and they will always come to a conclusion where both parties are satisfied and move on with the game.
Wow.
As for the gameplay, it's similar to like rugby or American football, where you have a touchdown scoring zone. So any of your teammate catches the disc in the zone, you get 1 point. The movement of the game is similar to captain's ball, where once you receive the disc, you can't move. So it's really quite a team sport because you can't really solo on your own. So you have to rely on your teammates to help you out. And that builds a lot of teamwork as well.
Wow, so I see that the whole sporting arena is really moving towards a mixed gender competition platform. I think that's really, really interesting. Second part is always, I think, eye power. You got to be sharp on your, you know, position, your movement, and of course a lot of coordination. I think what our TCM physician here will be able to cater us with these fantabulous ingredients, isn't it? So we want to take the chance to bring you in. Benjamin, do you cook usually? Are you always in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Generally,
Yes,
now you do?
Actually, the one who cook mostly, yeah.
Fantastic. So you got some experience. You work with him very regularly?
We speak more recently, yeah. But I've known Ben since many years ago when I was still playing frisbee lah. I mean, he's quite a 风云人物 back then.
Oh.
He used to be a player himself. Like,
Fantastic.
a
So he
successful
can
player
feel,
himself.
that's why he has that precision and the decision to move around, right? Now, I'm curious, what do you think is beneficial? Let's introduce to Ben our recipe for this dish. I don't think it's a dish, it looks like a beverage to me.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So I'm going to bring you back to the center.
Let me get this.
So actually, we are prepping 2 herbal teas. They're not exactly like all herbal tasting, like the brown liquids that you see out there. So actually, these 2 teas might be beneficial to people who are spending a lot of time, who are feeling a bit heaty, and perhaps because after playing, you tend to want to eat a lot of salty food to replace the electrolytes.
Looking at Ben's reaction, it's like, wow, this is like all new to me.
So there's 2 tea. One is the relieving of dampness, 利水消肿. The second one will be helping cooling tea. If
Because
you're
they are-
feeling heaty, yeah.
So, okay, let's go on in. Okay, so this, again, what do we have on the table?
Yeah, so for that diuretic tea, 利水 tea, it's called a pumpkin corn whiskers. So it literally is that. So the ingredients is just pumpkin. and then corn whiskers.
Oh, that's not rock melon.
No, not wrong.
Sure.
So this is any pumpkin will do. This is corn whiskers. You can actually get it from the TCM herbal halls, or if not, you can actually make your own.
How do
You
you-
know corn, right? You buy corn.
And
You
you
remove
peel.
the green leaves. You know the hair inside the whiskers.
Uh-huh.
We actually dry that, and then that's used as a herb. Put it in the sun. If not, you can put it in the oven in low heat.
Oh, so you can put it in the
Yeah.
oven. How long we recommend
Oh.
that if I have an oven?
It depends on your setting. Yeah, but I would recommend you, if you have a dehydrator, you can put that. Even air fryer, it might work.
And it turns brown. But generally, when it turns brown and really dry, that is where
Yeah.
you.
This
oh,
is a
that's
bit
very right.
aged. But I got it from a TCM hall. So if you dry it by yourself, the color wouldn't be so dark.
Such
Okay.
an earthy smell to it.
I think quite apt lah for this period because a lot of us tapao
Yeah.
or eat out,
Yes.
not eat out lah, but we do a lot of takeaways and deliveries from the shops and restaurants.
Yeah.
And outside food tend to be a little bit saltier.
Yeah.
So it's actually good for this period when we are having outside food quite often.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's true. And so what do we do now? Just boil the
Yeah.
water and throw everything in?
Yeah, just literally just put everything in water and boil. That's all.
Okay.
Whether you can you not use pumpkin? Yes, the pumpkin is there for taste actually, and then for added nutrients. But
the-
actually, this can be used on its own. Yeah. But
Also, the main
actually-
functionality comes from the corn whiskers.
Yes. Yeah. It actually has a toasted kind of taste. That if you are okay with that, you can really just drink this.
I like a little bit
So-
of sweetness and flavor. So Ben, I'm going to challenge you to do this. After you learn this today, right, you boil one big pot for your team. Let them try.
I'm gonna wash this because
Okay.
it has been put in
Wow.
the medical hall for some time.
Okay, so you usually rinse the whiskers, you don't just use it straight away. This is going to be easy to do this. So what we have done earlier on, we just boil a kettle of water so that the water is already of a higher heat. So when you bring it to the boil, it's faster. And then we have placed the pumpkin and the corn whiskers into
The
pot. lah.
And that's it. That's it.
No need to add any sugar, spice, and everything
need,
nice.
No need, because the pumpkin has a sweetness to it. That's why I put a pumpkin.
Mm.
And then after you boil this, don't throw a pumpkin away. You can still use it.
Make puree, make
can make
juice.
puree.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really zero waste. And you can even just eat the pumpkin as it is,
Yeah.
right?
Honestly, I actually give it to my dog.
So pet lovers out there,
Yeah.
you can eat, but not the whiskers lah.
I
the
eat
pumpkin
it.
only,
If
ah.
it's too much, I also give my dog.
So, but whiskers you also give the dog?
No, only the pumpkin.
Or only the
So
pumpkin?
if the whiskers are not dry, say in the fresh corn, does it
Yeah.
have the same effect?
Yes, it has the same effect. Actually, they have a nicer taste.
I see.
So you,
sweeter.
the only reason why you dry it is so that you can keep
Storage.
it. You can store it for
Storage.
storage. If not, if you have corn, you probably bought like a lot of corn for the day, then you can collect it and just
Yeah.
cook it lah. If you
Yeah.
don't want to collect it, you can buy it off the TCM store. That would be the dry version.
Yeah.
Easy or not?
Yeah. So I can just use it straight from the corn and just cook it on the same day.
Yeah, if you don't want to put the pumpkin, you can put everything on the corn, including the whiskers, into a pot. That's the same.
Also, you get to eat the boiled
Oh.
corn,
Yeah,
and then you still get the whiskers in,
and the corn sweetness. Yeah.
and then you get the natural sweetness from the
Okay.
corn. So,
Yeah.
which means, if you're boiling a corn for the day, don't pour away the water lah. You can drink it.
Yeah, you can
Correct.
drink it.
Because I think most people,
Yeah.
when they cook corn soup, they actually like throw away the whiskers.
Yeah.
But now I know already. Keep the whiskers.
I generally just put everything lazy to
Yeah.
clean. So I've been quietly tuning myself without me knowing.
哇，well done，最聪明就是你了。
原来懒惰是有用的。
And
Okay,
the
so
second
Is
tea,
that a cover? No.
so we're just going to bring it to the boil, right?
Yeah.
Then the second tea we're going to dive in very quickly is
So the other one is the cooling tea, right? I just mentioned.
假凉啦。
Yeah,
Singaporean
so
original.
I'm sure everyone knows about chrysanthemum tea.
Yes.
In TCM, right, the chrysanthemum tea, the level of it cooling you down is like not at the most maximum.
It's
Like
optimal
it's
lah.
quite gentle. So I would like to actually augment the cooling effect by other things. So, but to augment it, I put two extra things. So one, this is mulberry leaves, Sangye.
Oh.
This from the, mulberries?
Yes.
The leaves of that tree, yeah. So actually that tree, every part of it is a herb. Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So
Interesting.
these leaves is actually really strong in its cooling effect compared to the flower of chrysanthemum. So
Is
I
it
will
easy
add
to
it.
get?
It's very easy to get. In fact, sometimes you can even get it in tea bags already, or mulberry
Oh.
leaves. Yeah, but it's not very popular yet in, I think, here. But
Singapore.
overseas it might be. Yeah, and I added Donggua Tang, which is wax god candy. So Donggua in itself is quite cooling. So
Donggua is
Winter-
winter melon, right?
melon.
Winter
Yeah,
melon.
winter melon, yeah.
Yeah.
Winter melon candy. I get it candy form because it can add some sweetness. But of course, if you are avoiding sugar, you don't need to put it in. And then altogether, it makes it a lot more cooling than usual. So what that meant also is, if you are feeling already cold, you don't drink this.
Okay. So you must also see your symptom. Like, so maybe you feel like you have a bit of sore throat, you feel that you're heating up, feel a bit mouth
constipated,
feverish coming.
or having like, for some reason, having mouth ulcers. You're not having enough rest.
Or you're sleeping late too much, generally
bloodshot eyes, pimples, things like that.
Is this safe for like breastfeeding mothers?
Yeah, this is okay. These two are okay. In fact, the corn whiskers has an effect to help with lactation.
Are we going to start boiling the tea? So you just put things...
This one only a boil. I'm just going to put everything in a teapot and put hot water.
That's even easier.
Yeah, actually the corn whiskers you don't need a boil too. I've solely boiled to cook the pumpkin.
I see.
That was all.
Wow. So it's really very fast. So actually it's a quick fix if you have the right ingredients at home. So Ben, you know, when it comes to TCM as an athlete yourself, I mean, are you familiar with TCM? Have you had any encounter with it? What's your view about it?
I think when I was young, I had like eczema, so my mom always bring me a TCM, and I get to drink all the really bitter medicine. So I don't really like it. But recently, about like 2 years ago, I met this friend from KL who's a TCM and a bone setter. So he basically introduced to me TCM, and it changed my perspective of TCM. So now my lifestyle incorporates TCM in terms of like changing up my bed. So I sleep on a tatami mat, which is a hard surface. Everything in my house is like wood to, you know, I think they call it 负离子 to have that effect as well. So and food wise, we also try to drink more herbs and everything to help with the conditioning of our bodies. Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting.
That's quite cool.
So actually it is picking up. I think we experienced it when we were younger. Then we had different approaches along the way in our life of the influence. But I think today, as Singaporeans and the younger generation, they're all coming back to understand TCM a little bit more. And I think that's the most important and interesting part, right?
Yeah. So actually, I'm just curious, in terms of Western medicine and like Chinese medicine, what is the main difference in your opinion lah?
Okay, so the main difference in TCM and Western science, biomedical science is other than the way that we treat and diagnose, the outcome itself is, I would say, pretty complementary and not totally exclusive. For example, TCM encompasses also acupuncture, tuina, and cupping, moxibustion. There's actually a lot. I would say acupuncture is also a great complement to pain management because it has been proven so. So for myself, my clinic, I'm actually mostly seeing pain patients. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, 我觉得这个 pumpkin 好像熟了嘞。可以了哈。
Yeah, as long as the pumpkin is cooked, it's ready.
Okay.
Okay, so once the sign is when the pumpkin is soft lah. So let's have a quick try. I'm actually quite excited. You know, Ben, I'm going to tell you how it tastes like. And I think this is going to be something that's very useful for even your family and your athletes, especially younger generation. Sometimes we impart them with new methods of taking care of themselves lah. So Ben, can you see the color?
That's for you.
Wow.
Yep.
It's piping hot.
Yeah.
Darkish.
Oh, I can smell the corn flavor.
Are you very curious, Ben?
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know whether it tastes more of the corn or like the pumpkin.
I taste more of the corn flavor, but there's a light sweetness behind it that's definitely by the pumpkin. While we're drinking, I'm just curious, Ben, when it comes to training, what are some of the changes from not being able to train in the group to now where you are more opened up? What are some of the changes you see in the Frisbees team?
Yeah, so during the CB period, we actually did all our trainings on Zoom. So moving into phase 2, what we will do is we will try to definitely adhere to what the sport and the governing body, which is Sports SG, prescribed for us. So I think it will be mainly very small groups of like 2 to 4 people doing basic throws and movements. True. So I think we're going to take it easy moving to phase 2, just to reintroduce our athletes back again. And from there, hopefully by phase 3, we can be ready for training.
Fantastic. So I totally agree what he said, that many people out there, because you haven't conditioned your body for quite some time, don't think that because you've been doing it for 5 years of heavy training, you stop for 2 months, you can just dive into it. I think that's a very important message. So you don't even want to have anything that's detrimental to your physical self. And I finished mine. Okay, so
Alright,
let's dive on
second
in.
So the second one, I'll just pour it.
Oh yeah, because today's theme is Korean, right? And of course in Korea, fruit teas and vegetable teas are quite common.
Yep.
I actually had a collection that my friend bought for me, and they're so much infused with different type of leaves and fruits and all that kind of stuff. And I like that light yellow tinge. And the good thing about chrysanthemum is true. If Ben, you are here, you can whiff immediately the fragrance of the chrysanthemum.
yes.
很香哦。
chrysanthemum 有分几种的嘛？这个是哪一种？
I like
Yep.
this one.
So this, this one.
Sorry. I mean, I got a
The reaction.
happy reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very nice. This is that was like very comfortable for the digestive system because when it goes down, lightly sweet. That's the vegetable taste. But this one, I like.
Smooth.
I think it's very easy
Yeah.
to feed anybody lah.
Yep.
And of course, while I'm going to head on in for one more, is there anything you want to say to the viewers, man? Thank you for coming on our show. I think let's share some positivity to the viewers of Wot'cha Cooking.
I think that the last 2 months have been quite challenging. So I hope that everyone can stay positive. We are hoping that everyone can, return back to outdoors and enjoy the outdoors while being responsible as well and ease into training slowly. So hope to see everyone out there playing their favorite sport as well.
Ben, thank you so much for bringing the team forward from 201 to 219 with such big progress. Of course, with these slower times, we wish you luck in the future tournaments that's coming. And thank you for coming to our show. Let's give Ben a big applause. Come on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right back to you, Adele.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing on this very simple to learn, easy to make
And
Korean
super
team.
informative.
And very informative. I think that's what people on our programs get to learn every single episode. Besides fast way of cooking, we have brought on many good chefs and many good practitioners or physicians to tell you more about what you can do for yourself easily. Anything you want to say to the viewers before we say goodbye to you?
The viewers. I hope you have the time to give my recipe a try. So I find that knowing where your ingredients come from, knowing what they do, and then prepping them with thinking about the people who are gonna eat it, your family and friends, and your body, and giving gratitude is really the best recipe for good health moving forward.
Wow, I feel like I just
很
attended a
zen
pageant.
嘞，我听完了，我觉得
Wow.
哇，
Wow.
Sorry, yeah, it's just me. I'm like this.
No, but fantastic. Thank you so much, Adele. It's been a great pleasure for
you.
coming onto the show. And to our viewers out there, enjoy these fantastic great teas and flavors. We look forward to seeing you in the next episode of
Wot'cha Cooking.